We've got effects. We got cards with effects. Hello everyone, my name is Asyrafchazz and welcome back to yet another One Piece card game video. Today we are going to be talking about a few cards that have just been released, and two of them have effects, and they are from the starter deck themselves. One being Zorro from the Straw Hat Crew starter deck, and another being King from the Kaido starter deck. So we're going to go into the artworks that I've not talked about, and then we're going to go into the cards with effects, and we're going to talk about how they work strategy wise. So if you enjoyed this video, please consider giving this a like and subscribing if you can, because subscribing to this channel brings us a little bit closer to getting a buggy leader card. So without further ado, let's get into it. Alright, first up we have Fukuro Kuju, who is a kind of a member on the Kaido's team. If you're not caught up with the Wano arc, I won't get into any spoilers, but his artwork looks cool, and I guess they are kind of delving into more of the Wano-centric characters for the release of the first set. And yeah, I really like the lightning effects and the flame effects on this card. It is reminiscent of his moment in the manga, and I hope that when we do get a Raizo card in the future, maybe they have the same kind of design motifs. It will be cool to see them side by side in the future. Alright, and this is the Kaido character card from the main set, and I have to say, this one is like my favorite so far because of how cool Kaido looks like. He's just brutal. He's just swinging in for the kill, and yeah, the whole background looks super amazing as well. I cannot wait to see what effect this guy has. And imagine this card is foil and the like purple motifs are on the cards are foiled out. Chef's kiss. And yeah, he just looks super menacing here, and come on, I really can't wait to see this card in person. He looks really cool. I just have to say, it really looks really cool. This character card will be a bit different from the Kaido character card that we'll see in the starter deck. So I think these ones would have their own specific ability that differs from their starter deck counterparts. So we'll have to wait and see for this card's effect. We're gonna jump a bit further to today's reveal before we get into the card with effects. But we have Jinbei. Oh yes, as you all know, he's my favorite Straw Hat Crew member as of late. I love the card. I love how he looks like. Man, I can't wait to get a playset of him in foil. I have to. You know, he looks cool. I love that he's using the kind of like almost like Murasame, like spear wave effect. And I cannot wait to see the effect that he has. But okay, so enough with the card artworks. Let's get into the two cards that were revealed from the Straw Hat Luffy starter deck as well as the Kaido starter deck. Alright, so first up we have the man himself, Zorro, from the Straw Hat Crew starter deck. So we have Zorro. He is a 3-cost power 5000 slasher attribute, similar to what we see on Brook for the starter decks. And his traits are Super Rookie and Straw Hat Crew, and his ability is Dawn 1. This character gains plus 1000 power. With one Dawn attached to this Zorro character card, he gains an additional 1000 power. So if you're using the starter deck Luffy ability to give a rested Dawn to the Zorro, he will gain an additional 1000 power, becoming 6000, and with his ability, he will gain an additional 1000 power, making him a 7000 power card. I feel like the strategies tied to the Red character deck has been so far about, you know, buffing each other up, making them have more power and swinging in for the kill. Now, we do know that the Red deck tends to be a little bit more aggressive, so I think the Straw Hat Luffy will be that kind of aggro archetype. And I think this card is decent. It's not the best card in the world. This is not like a card that can win a game on its own, but the stat line being 5000 and having it be up to 7000 in the future when you're attacking makes it difficult for your opponents to block. And combined with like maybe even the Jinbei's ability, you can make a really tall, high-powered Zorro card to swing in, or with a high enough attack, you are forcing your opponent to react to it and maybe spend a couple of cards from your hand to counter the attack from Zorro, or even use an event card. So I think that in the right strategy, in the right spots, Zorro would be a decent card to have on field. I wouldn't be disappointed if I saw him on like turn 2 and played on turn 2 if I'm going like first or second, but maybe even in the late game he doesn't necessarily affect the board. He's good early on, he's decent later on, but in a tight pinch you might not want to draw Zorro from the top deck if you need something that can affect the board immediately. And speaking of affecting the board immediately, let's take a look at the next card. So here is the next card. It is King. King is a 6 cost, 7,000 power, and his attribute is special, so that's something new, from the Peace Pirates, and his ability is on play, Dawn -1, KO up to 1 cost 4 or lower enemy character. I don't need to tell you guys how good this card is. This is a staple for a control build. This is such a staple strategy in those kind of control-y decks. If you are playing the Kaido starter deck, you know that his ability is more of like the late game, kind of attacking your opponent's life directly. It's built around like being more control-y, you know, you want to manage the board and then try to go in for the kill like after you wiped out all your opponent's resources. And King plays perfectly into that strategy. At the cost of just returning 1 Dawn card back to the deck, you can just KO up to 1 cost 4 or lower enemy character. You know, imagine in the late game and you're facing like lethal next turn, you draw him and you're like, oh, this is exactly what I needed. 6 Dawn is not that hard to get to, especially in the later stages of the game. You play this, you pop one of the your opponent's character cards, and then if you manage to stabilize after that, you're golden. So I really like King's strategy. Like, he doesn't even need additional Dawn cards attached to him to attack into your opponent comfortably, and the 6 cost is really not that hard to get into. This is the card that you want to see in your hand, given like if you're in a tight spot against the Luffy starter deck, for example. And yeah, I'm so happy that they finally released cards with effects. Like, we've been waiting for so long, and then they just trickle in just a little bit here and there. So I hope that this keeps up. I know we just reviewed the Jinbei one today. I think they're gonna be releasing cards from the, you know, Straw Hat and the Kaido starter deck a little bit, so that when the teaching tour starts in Japan, or when pre-releases happen in Japan, or maybe in like Southeast Asia, we will be kind of caught up with some of the card effects, and we can be better informed on which starter deck to get. So there you have it. What do you think about the Zorro character card and his effect versus the King's character card with his effect? I mean, I love the Straw Hat crew, but I gotta side with King for this one because I feel like his effect is slightly stronger, and I feel like you won't be disappointed when you top that King in the late game to kind of stabilize the board. So I feel like, you know, his effect is slightly stronger. But let me know what you think. I'm curious to know. Do you prefer the Zorro card or do you prefer King? Will we get a Sanji and Queen reveal soon? I hope where we do. I want to see all the strategies tied towards these two decks, and hopefully we get some information about the blue and green starter deck as well. Well, that's it from me for today. Thank you so much for watching the video, and take care of yourselves, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.